And I hate to do this when I don't know what's in the package, but I tried everything. I think it's from AliExpress, but I don't know what exactly because none of the, the tracking numbers were the same as the tracking number that it said coming today by 4:20 p.m. So I don't know. I'm like, it's a little baffling to me. It may be something they sent me like a long time ago that caught in the mail system. Now, if you were like, oh, well, I wanted to see that big robot, there he is, one in the thumbnail. So if they sent something like maybe a year ago and it finally got to me because, the mailing system sucks. All right, so let's find out what's in this package. It's from USPS, APIS, OBC 123 ABCs. I don't know. Again, none of the tracking numbers I had were the tracking number for this, but that doesn't mean anything. They just may have failed to report that there was a changeover from the YT tracking number in China to the American tracking system. And, they've not been on their game since the tariffs went into place. I'm really sure they don't know what they're doing anymore, it seems like. Oh, okay, I see what it is. So this is something it said it was going to come by Thursday, I think is what it was. So we got those figures right there. I might want to build this right now. Well, let me get out of this extremely exotic, whatever you want to call this stuff. It's like doing surgery to remove all the packaging. Now, this did have a totally different number on it. I have the USPS. No, I have the USPS for, I don't know. I know this has a totally different tracking number than the one that was given to me today. And then I thought I got something important in the mail, like an actual letter that was important. It was just, this is your second notice. And I'm like, what the heck? What did I do? Like, I forgot to pay something? Oh, no. No, it was just we're trying to give you something for free for $25 a month. I'm like, oh, my gosh, shut up. I hate those things. I get them from AAA like twice a day sometimes. I'm like, guys, I'm not going to get life insurance or whatever from you guys, so chill out. I don't need it. All right, so that's the only thing in the package. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, look at the box. It got crushed. But hopefully the contents aren't crushed. I mean, all that stuff in it still got crushed. So that's the thing, you guys. Put it in a cardboard box. It's a lot safer. Now, Demarcation Media has gotten one of these. I think I paid more because I think he got his for $3. But anyway, he also gets a lot of stuff for free. I'm not good enough to get anything for free. Except for salvation. Salvation's free. But that's it. And that was paid for. All right, so 3-minute project. It's like the 30-minute missions. I don't think I couldn't. I was trying to find some fingernail clippers the other day in here, and I couldn't find any. So I keep them for model kits, but I haven't built a model kit in so long. Well, except for the little, those are easy. So there's 2 in here, and I ordered the clear ones. So they're clear. They're not like darker clear. I thought they were gonna be like more ghosty clear. That's fine. Just, All right. So there's supposed to be 2 whole figures in this one. Like every box has got 2 figures in it. So there's the clear pieces for F00 or 011E. Oh man, I was outside walking all the way down to get the trash can and get the mail while I'm at it. Mondays I just wait and get I hear the trash bin coming like 10 a.m. but I'm like, nope, I'm gonna wait. Because I'll get my trash can when I get the mail. Because if I gotta walk down there to get the trash can, I might as well get the mail while I'm at it. They're both a half a mile around the corner. So I got Joanne's mail for her too. Save her a trip, even though she likes to walk. All right, so we got 2 of this, 2 of that, 2 of my kitty cats. Let's see what they look. All right, I was going to do some of these, but I've just been so busy cleaning up and also cleaning up. So, yeah. Well, this is good because it is Model Kit Monday. All right. I got too much on the table right now because I got the other little Defender version 3 and the Blockies thingamabob right here that I was going to build today if I had time. But like I said, I've been building, or not building, I've been cleaning up. All right, so where does it start? Okay, it appears that that's just the stand, so maybe. There are some instructions here in Chinese I cannot read. I heard that the Google Glass helps with that too, so we'll see later, not right now. I'm not going to build the stands. I'm going to build one of these. You know, I was going to build one of these and compare it to the figures. I just didn't know what I was getting today, so I mean, if I was just like, I always like to open these on this camera because, you know, sometimes they send the wrong thing and you can prove it. Really, in case they actually don't believe you. All right. Okay, let's get everything straightened out. Let me put all the doubles over here. This looks like it's just weapons. All right, and hands. Lots of hands on this one. So this is the F. Oh my gosh, just B. And they don't even have, okay, so they just do E, A, B, C, whatever. This is D. This is C. I have a feeling I'm not going to be using those as much as these two right here. These two runners here will probably use the most. I see A and E for the first one. Which one's A? This one's E. The clear one's E. And this one's A. So they're using Anglais. I know I had some fingernail clippers in there. They're very, very dull, but they should be fine for this. Alright, I found some. I saw the cats like to knock things on the ground. Remember I saw them when I got up and I was like, oh, cats. The cats are like, I'll be taking that spot. Slam. Da, 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 da. The boys, the boys. Alright. A7. Now, I hope I don't sink anybody's battleship while I try to do this. A7 looks like this piece right here. Let me see if I can just roll it off first. See how that works. I like to use bigger clippers for these, but I like those videos where people are doing like little snip things with the Fisker nippers. Snip, 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 snip. A9. Alright. Now this will be a 1/18 scale figure when I'm done. Now I have similar figures. I'll probably do a video to compare them later on. Not today. I'm tired from cleaning. E17 and E18. You have something in my battleship. Alright. Yeah, there's too much of this there. Come on. Trying to get these out. No matter how old you are, you're always afraid you're going to cut your little fingers off, you know? That's what I'm afraid I'm going to do sometimes when I use these things. Okay, instructions. I don't know why you're not bending the right direction here. All right. Hey, Ren, what's up? Were you on the live stream last night with Rob? Because I never stayed up till 12:30 before. I was like, this is like being in high school, except I'm old and I can't take it. I'm like, yeah, I can't stay up that late anymore. All right, let's put this, and then the neck knob goes on the small ball, and it goes in this way. There we go. Pinch my finger though, and then we stick it right here, slide through, and then we'll put on the front plate, the chest. All right, step 1 is complete. No, I haven't. How was the stream? I spent way too much money. They were $3 comics, and he had a lot of All-Star Squadron, and he had every one of the ones that I needed. It was like he had a few, like 1 through 3 I already have, and then 5 I already have, but then he had like 4, and so on and so forth. So I was like, whoa. And he also had a lot of Big Bang, not the Big Bang Theory, but Big Bang comics, and I only have 2 of those. So I'm like, yes. Big Bang is such a good comic strip, or comic book. It's like a parody of old Golden Age stuff from Image Comics. I think it's from Image Comics. All right, so this is the ball joint goes in the crotch section. We'll need E11 and E10. Looks like Micronaut figure pieces. I mean, that really is starting to look like Micronauts to me. Which, not the Micro Man like this. Well, that kind of looks like that with, these clear pieces. Yeah, when I do a comparison video, I'm definitely going to have to pull out Micronauts. I have those dummy figures, they call them. Dummy 13 or whatever. Kind of reminds me of one of those I got. And then trying to get it on the right place to... It's got more than 2 places you can bend it at. I try to get it so I can just bend it in 2 places, because 3 places it's not going to bend. It's like a tripod. And these clippers, they're too small to get in where I need to get them. And let's see if I have any clippers that can cut. There we go. Here's some wire cutters. These should be what I'm looking for. Yeah, I used to build a lot of Gundam. I have a huge backlog of those. I just noticed the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, there's another box of Gundams I've never built. I got a lot of Gundams to build. And you know what? I got more time now to do it. Especially since it's so cold, I can't really do much outside. And today I was cleaning up and mostly doing just normal stuff like, clothes, washing or cleaning the bathroom, cat litter stuff. All right, this is the way it goes, the little tri-ball thing. There we go. Yeah, I'd like to get some Fiskars, but I just always use fingernail clippers and wire cutters for pieces like that. Now, these are also wire cutters, but they're blunt tip. They're useful for other things, but not this, not as much. Yeah, what's your favorite Gundam kit you've ever built? Because Sazabi would be mine. Although I like all of the, what are they called? The V-Gundams, the V-Gundam series, Victory Gundam. They were smaller, and they had this really cool thing where you folded it over, and it was just really cool how they had this weird build thing to them. Okay, I bet these two go together. Nope, there's still one more thing to build in the middle. Strike Freedom is cool. Now, I have a blue Gundam. Wait, Strike Freedom, that's from Seed, right? I'm jumping the gun here. I think it's from Seed. Before I jump the gun and say, oh yeah, I got this one. I'm like, nope, it may not be from the same one. But I got this dual Gundam that's blue, and I'm like, I can't find it online. And even Google Glass keeps thinking it's a white one. I'm like, this is not a white one. It's like a blueberry blue. It's like light blue, dark blue. It's just blue. All right. Let me put this in the right place. Let me get the orientation for this. There and there. I'm gonna go grab it real quick because I am curious if anybody knows what it is. And if you know Strike Gundam, you might know it. I kind of like it a lot, so I put it up on my shelf in front of me. It's this one. He's different from the Gundam Dual because it's not orange right there, it's yellow. And instead of white, it's blue. And he also doesn't have mud flaps on his front and back like the skirt pieces. So I'm like, I don't know who this is. I can't find any information. I've had him for a long time. I don't think he's one of the missing or MIA, the mobile suits in action. MSIAs, I always say missing in action. I don't think it's one of those. I think it's one you build yourself, but it's a very, like a high complete kit. Like you just, kind of like a, you know, you don't have to put like the two sides of these together. They're already together. You just kind of put them together. I can't explain it. But if you happen to recognize that, the Gundam Glass keeps on showing me a bunch of white ones that are very similar, but they have, like I said, they're white where this one's like that blue. They're orange here, and I think they have flaps right there. And I'm like, it's supposed to be dual Gundam, but I can't find anything online. And it may be got a totally different name, but the dual Gundam is the closest one that Google Glass can find it. Yeah, so I don't know. So it's a blue dual. Yeah. And it could be just one of those rare things I got. It could even be a knockoff for all I know. I don't think so, though. I couldn't find any, like, years on it. Usually they put the information on the foot or on the back of the legs, but there's no information. It's kind of like the MSIA mobile suits in action ones. The plastic is the same kind of plastic, the very, you know, almost bendable type of plastic. It's not rigid like a model kit plastic. It's just really nice. Oh well, it'll be my little favorite one for a while. Okay, so now we're doing the arms. So E9 is the left side. Here it is. Yeah, Strike Gundam is a pretty good one. I like him. I remember getting some at Big Lots a long time ago. They were like 6 or 7 inches tall and really good quality. They weren't model kits though, they were just the action figures. E12 goes with this one. Here it is. Now they're showing little things with this one. I'm not quite sure. It's like red parts. I guess they're just, the red parts are where they connect. It's just, I thought you had to put something on like a poly cap or something. Yeah, the connection is not weak on these. They're a pretty strong connection with those to the sprues. And then B is a hand, so we got B1 would be the right hand. All right, so you're gonna put the right hand. And reminds me of B-swords, the connector, the way they're connected with the balls, the ball joints. There we go. Now there's gotta be something else that goes there. Oh, yeah, there's an entire shoulder unit. Huh. All right, let me find the right pieces, the left legs, or left arms, left everything. There we go. Upper shoulder. And so have you built a kit since Strike Gundam, or is that the last time you've built one? Or, I mean, you know, Gundams, you can actually buy a Strike Gundam right now online. And I saw something the other day, a Watcheroo, which was only like $12. Like, are you kidding me? $12. Hey, Big Alabama. Watcheroo is only $12. That's Keith Courage in TurboGrafx 16. And I've always wanted to Watcheroo, but I thought, surely it's a piece of crap. A guy did a video on it, and I was like, wow. And he even answered my questions, like, so is the gold stickers? He's like, there's no stickers. It's all pre-painted. I was like, oh, well, I might have to get that then. That's pretty amazing. But we're only halfway through the month, and I'm trying to hold down, not spend more than $100. And this was bought before that time. I was using my Christmas money on this stuff before that, so it doesn't count. All right, A3. So A3 is going to be the hips. Right there. Let me know if I sunk anybody's battleship, okay? Or if I made a hit. It's either this or bingo whenever I call out these words. All right, E5 is the right hip. Right here. Do you know the Saint Seiya anime? Yep, I love the Saint Seiya stuff. If you see my Instagram, I post when I get a new one all the time on the game based on it. And E16. Yeah, I like it. And it's called Knights of the Zodiac in America, but the first 40 episodes, I think, were translated before Cartoon Network or whoever bought it. And it's a little different. Just like the first episodes of Dragon Ball, like the first 13 were on VHS tape before somebody decided to take the plunge and produce it for Americans. Yeah, well, the only thing I don't like is that I can't tell one apart from the other sometimes. They all kind of got that same factor. They all look a little too much alike. So that's the only thing I don't like. But yeah, they definitely look good. Oh, look at that leg. Nice. It's got a thigh swivel, and it's got another ball joint up here at the crotch. All I gotta do is put the foot on this one, and it's ready to put on, actually. Where's the feet? All right, so the feet. Let me go and put the foot on there while I'm at it. It is A, which is this one. Okay, so they got those like A2 to A1. It's like the Rebel Tech joints almost. Except it probably won't go click, 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 click. There's only one line of toys in America that were sold with Rebel Tech joints, and that was the very first Transformers movie. They had a line of figures that didn't transform based on the most popular character designs. And they had Rebel Tech joints. It's like, whoa. And that's the only time I ever seen them on anything. They made it that, and that was it. I remember getting those at Kmart, actually, up there in Wilmington. There used to be a Kmart near the Toys R Us. Both are gone, sadly. So now it's no reason to go to Wilmington for anything. So, all right. Okay, so the ring part goes into the foot. So I gotta remember that. I should have done the foot first and then Flipped it on. The foot is E19 and E20. I'm guessing E19 is the one foot. Like the right foot. Well, they look kind of like Brahms feet. I haven't built a kit in years. I have too many. Haha. Wife's extensive dog collection takes up so much display room. I was tempted to get one recently, but decided not to. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to. I got so much stuff in the shed that I need to get out anyway. So that's why I've been making videos about. Well, I made a lot of videos of bringing people along to see what I got in the shed, what's in the box or whatever. Now it's like treasures of the temple. I got a lot of stuff, so why do I need to go buy more stuff? I just need to figure out what I got. So I've been cataloging what I got and packing it either to go back into the shed or to keep inside, but I only got limited space inside. So I'm going to keep one box of Transformers. It's going to end up being one box of Transformers from G1, one box of Transformers from... That's what it's going to end up being. Whoa, look at that foot. That's cool. How does it compare to a 1/18 scale? Here's I had to get rid of many of my Gundams because, it's just easier to get rid of them sometimes. Here he is compared to Zartan. This is one of my favorite. This is the V3 Zartan. V2, of course, is the Mohawk Zartan. And V1, I got V1 right in there. He's in a bag and everything with all of his stuff. I was going to check in to see if he still could tan, because my original, this was when I bought it, some toy show, like 2020. Before COVID, we used to have toy shows down in North Myrtle Beach and some other places. And now it's like, I don't even want to drive that far. But, yeah, and I got a Zartan with, like, everything, because, the first thing to lose is the little knee pads on him and all other stuff. That's why I like this one, because there's no knee pads that come off, or chest plate, or even a belly button. He's like G1, or the original one, but without any falling off pieces. All right, the A2 part goes into the foot. You have that Zartan? That's the V3 Zartan. Like I said, I like it a lot. It's my favorite Zartan. I'm going to be anal retentive about this now. I'm going to be like, which one goes out which way? Okay, so that was on the outside, so this has to be on the outside. I hate having this OCD thing sometimes. Yep, so this came from AliExpress today. I always do live videos when I get stuff from AliExpress, just because I just always have a fear I'm going to end up opening a bag of cats or something weird. I think. No, the 2-packs were later, I think. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if they came as a 2-pack. I have a Valor versus Venom one. He's very similar to this one, but he's more a reddish color, like his suit's about the same as far as the making of it, but it's a more burgundy color, I should say. This one's more brown like the original one, but they made it more like, and the one was just straight up red. I got almost every Zartan figure, except I did have the movie one just because, but then I was like, oh, I hate the movie version one. The live action movie, not the cartoon movie. The cartoon movie is, of course, good. I don't think they made a Zartan for the cartoon anyway, not the movie. All right. Yeah, but Zartan is my favorite G.I. Joe character, or toy. I don't know. Character, like as far as the way he acts on TV, nah, that's not going to be the same. Kind of like Snake Eyes. Storm Shadow's got a good. I like his attitude on the TV show. All right, what am I looking for here? It is E3. Electronic Entertainment. Whoops. All right. I think what is better for me with my old fat fingers is to get some pieces together that are easy, and then these ball joints that, when you're trying to get them in, they pop around a lot. Do those after you got more leverage. That seems to help me a lot. And so then you put this in, not have to worry about overshooting it. These are pretty amazing. So that's what it looks like so far. Look at that bend. It's like a full 180-degree bend on the legs. That's insane. The chest reminds me of the Micron Man, or the Micronauts. Microman from 2003, the Material Force. They really do look a lot like that. Valor versus Venom, because it's a collector line that has reissues. It's called the Real American Hero Collection. Oh, are you talking about the... Are they O-ring or are they not O-ring? Because I know the not O-ring, he's actually back here somewhere. Oh, he was back there. I don't know where he went. I did clean up a little bit the other day, but I'm pretty sure I kept him out. I like to do a size comparison, and I like to use those guys. All right, the shoulders. Here we go. So I can't read Chinese, so I don't know if it means I'm going to be building one shoulder for both or what. Now, if you want to use the slap hands, you have to use a joint for it. You can tell that. So there's different hands to put on there. So I'm guessing there's not like the shoulder, there's this shoulder and that shoulder. They are O-rings, that's what Zartan is from. And U-box. Oh. I remember whenever they had it was when Toys R Us was open, they had it was some anniversary of the G.I. Joes, and I was like, where's the 50th anniversary? It was for the original G.I. Joes. They had nothing. I was like, you guys dropped the ball. It just shows me how they don't care about their own properties anymore. All right, it says A6, but I got A5 there. Oh, this is his head. I'm like, what am I putting together? All right, so what am I still lacking for this? A1 and A2. So it's the same thing on the shoulders as it was on the ankles, I think. A1. This is really stuck to the sprue on these things. It's also made out of it's not as hard or as rigid as Gundam kits. It's more like pliable, more soft. So that's actually good in the long run. So this was A1 that I just pulled off of here, and it goes into the arm. All right, I want the male part to go to the back. Heights the seams a little bit better. And I'm not pushing it all the way in. I gotta wait and push it all the way in after. Okay, so once you get it on there, then you can push it in because it's a ball joint basically. And that's all there is to it. And it actually goes in a weird way. It doesn't go into the side like we're used to. It goes into the front, which is something we're not accustomed to. So if I'd known that, I would have probably put the ball other side down. There, it clicked. Whoa. It's kind of like its own butterfly joint. That's crazy. But I got two of these. They come two in a box, so you can build one. And if you don't like the way you build it, build the other way. Okay, so again, it goes to the back like that. Then the arm goes back over this way. All right, still got to build the head, and there is, I think there's like at least two face plates you can use. All right, this one involves A6. So what are these extra 5s for? A3. I don't know, there's extra parts here because this is only for him. Oh, it's probably for like the weapons and stuff, or the stand you put them on. Alright, so A6. And then we get back to E plate. And E2 is the top part, and then E, that one right there is the face plate. All right, let me figure this out. It's got to go this way. There we go. And then the faceplate. This is maybe an advantage to having the opaque ones because the this may be a different color and that makes it look like the eyes lighting up. But with all clear, it's not going to come out the same. But I don't know. I like clear when I get things because it reminds me more of stuff like time travelers and micronauts. All right, let me try the other hand. Sometimes I could do better with my left hand. There we go. So it's probably easier to put on by looking up and then putting his face down. So there he is. And here he is compared to Zartan, which is a 3 3/4 figure. His proportions are very different, obviously. He kind of reminds me of iRobot. Here he is compared to the 8 centimeter Micro Man series from 1999. This is Super Walter. And he's got tiptoes. And he has ankle rockers, which are easy to clearly see. He also can, they do the ankle rockers, so he's got a bent foot like this. He also can bend at the ankles. We already saw how crazy he can kick his own butt, literally. He's got thigh swivel right here and at the ball joint right here as well. So, oh, okay, so he can even do something like that. So let's see. Can he do a split? Yes, he can. It's kind of hard to get used to. It's like, I guess that's good for him to be able to ride a horse. I want to be a cowboy. Yeehaw. All right. Can he do a split this way? He can, but you have to use the extra ball to get his legs to go back to straight again. Or her. It's hard to tell. He's got ball joints. Let me just zoom in because it's like, got ball joints in the chest and in the waist. And of course, he's got that butterfly joint right there. He can go around 360 degrees. He can go up. He can go down. He can go all around. He can pretty much anything you want him to do. His ball joint in his arms. How far can they bend? Way over 90 degrees. And then the ball joint in his wrist can make him, do all kinds of stuff. All right, so the head. There's a ball joint here and inside the head, so he's got a double ball joint, so he can do the loosey-goosey, or he can do like, oh, no, you didn't. All right, and let's see, there's extra stuff that comes with him, like extra hands. You can zoom out now. These pieces, which probably has something to do with, like, there's, like, weapons you got to assemble right up here. The stand actually, oh, that's what that goes to. So these pieces are part of the stand, really. And the hands actually go underneath the stand. And I'm guessing these are extra pieces, period, or something. Here are the weapons. I'm trying to look at what's the other case. So is this just a sword by itself, or does it attach something else? Oh, and you're going to use a different hand for him to hold the sword, though. Just trying to think, like, does it attach to his back? Do you have to get, like, a thing? I guess so. And that's what the picture looks like of the opaque one. This is like a dark gray one. And they're called 3-minute projects, not 30-minute missions. So in case you guys are interested. I got mine from AliExpress. I think it was like... they're $15 for one or $20 for two. So I was like, all right, I'll just get two. I'm pretty sure I'll like them. And the two come in the box, so you get the original. Like, they're breaking up a set to each card. So they probably have some for $10 on there too. Like, it depends on who your seller is. I mean, they do deals all the time. And if you're a first-time buyer, you get better deals. All right, so you guys like this one? Because I think it's pretty awesome. I like the way it looks very micronaut looking. So that's cool. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to make like a baby and head out. Have a great day.